Everyone enjoys a good mystery, but what happens if there is never a satisfactory resolution? Anybody can appreciate a good mystery. But what happens if a mystery never has the Scooby-Doo style reveal of the guilty party? The ensuing unsolved police cases are bizarre, unsettling, and frustratingly unresolved. They rank among the most puzzling unsolved puzzles in history. Before starting the video, please like this video, do subscribe, and turn on the notification to our channel for future updates. 5. The Taman Shud Case. In Adelaide, Australia, on the morning of December 1, 1948, a body was discovered on Somerton Beach. There were no visible wounds on the man's body, which was in great shape. Even though his clothing lacked all brands, he was well dressed. A never-to-be-used train ticket to Henley Beach was in his pocket. They wouldn't discover a suitcase connected to him at Adelaide Railroad Station for another month. Labels on both it and the clothes items inside it were removed. Sadly, it provided no answers, much like his autopsy, which revealed no evidence of a foreign substance in his body that might have provided a direct link between the poisoning and his death. The most convincing but perplexing evidence was discovered a month later in a hidden pocket of the man's pants. The word was Taman Shud. Officials from the local library were asked to translate the word. They came to the conclusion that it stood for ending or completed, which may be found in Omar Khayyam's collection of poems known as the Rubaiyat. Police started searching for the book, but this fragment of paper was taken off right away. A man came forward and said that around a week or two before they discovered the body, he found the book in the backseat of his unlocked car. It had a peculiar code scratched down in pencil on the reverse of it. A nurse's phone number was also found. However, the nurse claimed to have delivered a copy of the Rubaiyat to an army officer by the name of Alfred Boxall. The nurse and the man who discovered the book both said they had no link to the deceased. Although many believe it might have been a suicide given the book's premise of having no regrets when life ends, they never pursued the case further. Some believe he could be a spy. His grave will continue to bear the inscription, "Here sleeps the unknown guy who was found at Somerton Beach on December 1, 1948, until the case is resolved." 4. The Tara Calico Case. In Belen, New Mexico, on the morning of September 20, 1988, it appeared like the ideal day for biking. To go for a ride, Tara Calico took her mother's pink bicycle on loan. She was outgoing and energetic, worked as a bank teller, and was pursuing either a psychology or psychiatry degree. She asked her mother to follow her out in case she got a flat tire and didn't get home by noon because she was going to play tennis that afternoon. She never came back. All of the leads were dead ends until a year later, when a picture of a young girl her age and a missing boy, both gagged, was discovered. The Polaroid picture was discovered in Florida's parking lot of a junior food store. In April 1988, while out turkey hunting with his father in the same region as Calico, 9-year-old Michael Henley vanished. They appeared to be carrying a copy of a book authored by V.C. in the back of a van. Calico's favorite novelist, Andrews, was resting next to the child. The girl in the picture had a scar that was the same as Calico's, which led Tara's mother to initially doubting that it was her daughter. But despite this, many specialists reject the picture because there isn't any supporting proof. The discovery of Michael Henley's body in the Zuni Mountains in 1990, where he had been hunting, cast serious doubt on the hypothesis that the two were kidnapped and transferred to Florida. Eventually, Calico's parents would pass away without ever learning who had taken their daughter. Well, do you like what you are seeing so far? Don't forget to like and subscribe. Keep watching because you don't want to miss what we have at the number 1 spot. 3. The Severed Feet Mystery. A girl found a shoe in 2007 while exploring a beach in British Columbia. She found a human foot inside the sock as she horrifiedly unwrapped it. Several severed feet have since washed up on the strand. 5 men, 1 woman, and 3 people of unknown sex have had their feet linked to them. The matter has never been fully resolved, and there are numerous ideas as to whom the feet belong to, with occasional hoax feet being tossed in. In 2008, the Vancouver police were able to locate 1 foot by comparing its DNA to that of a man who had been described as suicidal. Later, they were successful in connecting 2 more pairs of feet to a woman who was similarly thought to have committed suicide. Many believe that the feet belonged to those who leaped off a bridge to their deaths as a result of these findings. However, others suspect that the feet were connected to a plane crash on a nearby island because only feet and no other body parts were discovered, which is unusual. Others speculate that because the shoes were all made before 2004, they were among the victims of the 2004 Asian tsunami. Whatever their origins, these feet have perplexed people for a long time. 2. The Jeanette De Palma case. Witches are typically associated with Salem, Massachusetts, but in this case, they were located in Springfield, New Jersey. Everything began in 1972 when a dog brought a disfigured forearm home. Police searched Springfield after this and eventually discovered a body on top of a cliff. It was determined that the deceased was 16-year-old Jeanette De Palma, who had been missing for 6 weeks. As soon as she passed away, speculation about what happened started to circulate. Many people think her body was placed on a makeshift altar since the hill where she was found was covered with occult markings. Many people, including some police officers, attribute De Palma's use as a site for a human sacrifice to a coven of witches, often known as Satanists. Many of the case's specifics were later destroyed by a flood. However, other local newspaper accounts state that because of her severely decayed remains, investigators were unable to ascertain the exact cause of death. Additionally, they looked into a local homeless man who was a leading suspect but was unable to connect him to the murder. According to the occult theory, De Palma may have incited a group of teenagers who worshipped Satan at her high school when she was attempting to evangelize them. She was a part of an organization that assisted drug addicts in regaining their trust in Christ. She was allegedly chosen as a sacrifice for the organization as a result, according to the reverend in charge of it. Was she a sacrifice of a human? Or did the truth be concealed despite these suspicions? Maybe nobody will ever find out. 1. The Cape Intruder. The wealthy hamlet of Cape Elizabeth, Maine, went through an unsettling event back in 2005. Victims who left their doors unlocked throughout the night might awaken in the morning to a fleeting glimpse of a stranger peering at them. The man would escape the situation before they could react, leaving the house exactly as it was when he entered it. There was no theft. No one got hurt or died. When he crept into their bedrooms to watch them sleep, all he took was their privacy. On the local news, a sketchy sketch of a man in his early 20s was shown. Everyone appeared to believe they knew who it was, and the police received several calls from people who were concerned and gave the names of potential suspects. The authorities never managed to apprehend the Cape Intruder, despite 2 people using the same identity. He made a few attempts to break in August, December, and February, but he never succeeded. He may have had enough of gazing at sleeping bodies by that point. But it's enough to send shivers down anyone's spine to consider that such a person once lived and still does. Naturally, it serves as a somber reminder to secure our doors. So, that's it for today's video. What do you think of the number 1 spot? Hit us up in the comments and let's chat. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications for our channel so you never miss what's coming next from us. Thanks for watching.